Right, Emily? Absolutely. So I think this story is just yet another example of wokeism taking over college campuses. We're seeing the left inject this woke ideology into college classrooms because this is how the left is winning. They're winning the culture war because they're injecting it into our course curriculum. We're seeing critical race theory. We're seeing things like this where students are being encouraged to tell on professors who don't call on them and blame it on racism. These things are absolutely crazy, and we're seeing these things happen in California, and so we feel like it's far away off in a blue state. But here in Florida, we're also seeing that too. Yeah. We're Florida students, and we're seeing these woke ideals in our classrooms too.
And what does it do?
I was just in South Beach last weekend when the gunshots went off. You're a Miami native. Yes. Do you feel comfortable going down there? Now, the governor's sending down 60 highway troopers. Is that enough?
Well, I was born and raised in Miami, so it's devastating to see that these unruly spring breakers are destroying my hometown. I'm thankful for the governor's efforts to send these law enforcement down to assist local authorities because Florida is a law and order state, and I'm thankful to see a governor that's upholding that.
Students deserve to have their First Amendment rights protected by their universities because free speech is imperative to a free society, and it's imperative on college campuses. What students learn on college campuses, they're going to bring to society one day. They're going to bring that to the workforce, and they're going to bring that to the voting booth. So it's extremely important for students to be able to have these constitutional rights on campus and for university administrations to stand up for these rights of students.
My name is Emily Sturge, and I'm a campus reform correspondent. Today, we're here at the University of Florida talking to students about the midterm elections, what issues matter to them, and how will they vote as a result. Let's go see what students have to say. What issues matter to you as you head into these polls?
Definitely climate issues, also LGBTQ rights.
The number one thing is the economy.
Definitely inflation.
How do you think the Biden administration has handled the inflation issue?
Terrible.
73% of Floridians said that they care more about pocketbook issues, gas prices, inflation, stuff like that, rather than social issues like abortion or LGBTQ. Which would you say you care more about?
When inflation's as bad as it is, probably inflation.
It's a hierarchy of needs. If you can't feed yourself, you can't put a roof over your head, you can't be thinking about much else.
These liberal students, they're not interested in learning about Sass's views or his vision for the University of Florida. He actually held a Q&A on our campus earlier this month. And protesters went in, they interrupted, and they shut down the event. Liberals, these socialist students, they had the chance to ask questions, but they chose to shout instead. They don't care about Sass's qualifications. They don't care that he was previously a university president and that he's currently a U.S. senator. They don't care about what he'll bring to our university. They want a president who shares the same woke, far-left, crazy socialist ideals that they do. I made the fiscally responsible decision to attend the University of Florida purposefully so I wouldn't have to take out student loans. I turned down admission to my dream school because it was out of state, would have caused me to take out student loans. So I made the logical decision based on my financial circumstances, and I find it extremely unfair that other students do not have the same mindset when choosing a college or degree. My generation, they're very excited to take anything that the government can hand them. They're very excited that Biden's talking about this, and they're going to take any handout the government gives them.
So what is this? What is this cluster hire? And they've got to be extremely woke, it turns out.
Right. So the University of California, San Diego, they recently posted a job listing for an assistant professor as part of an initiative to increase faculty diversity. Now, what's crazy about this is they're requiring applicants to state their contributions to diversity and social justice. So, Joe, I want to be clear. If you don't subscribe to the woke mentality, you can't get this job.
Wow.
If you don't say you're an anti-racist and a social justice warrior, they're going to throw your application out. And it doesn't matter your merits, it doesn't matter your education, but if you support Black Lives Matter, you're hired. I'm Emily Sturge, and you're watching WUFT news coverage here on Instagram. It's been a big night for Republicans here in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis and Senator Marco Rubio both won their bids for re-election. Republicans are also taking the lead in the House of Representatives. Here in Florida's 3rd District, Republican Congresswoman Kat Cammack defeated Democratic challenger Danielle Hawk. In the race for Gainesville Mayor, Harvey Ward defeated Ed Pilarski. For a full scope of our election coverage, you can visit WUFT.org. I'm Emily Sturge. Thanks for watching. We have a blast from Gainesville's Southern Music Past thanks to an exhibit at the Matheson History Museum. The museum opened an exhibition based on the city's top concert venue during the 70s. Gainesville's Great Southern Music Hall was located inside the historic Florida Theater. It hosted an array of jazz, bluegrass, and country artists from 1974 to 1978.